Well, I think it is officially the end of $70 games. This morning, as we can read here from this headline, Microsoft is raising prices on Xbox consoles, controllers, and games worldwide. New first-party Xbox games are moving from $70 to $80 later this year. But I guess the good news is that at least at the moment, there are no Xbox Game Pass increases. So of course, this all started a few weeks ago with Mario Kart World on the Nintendo Switch 2. That game, the digital game, is $80. If you actually want a physical edition, it's $90 for the standard edition of the game. But this is what kickstarted it all off. Nintendo made a game $80, made a couple of games, I think $80, and now Xbox and Microsoft are following, and it's only a matter of time before Sony do so as well. Now, the crazy part, if we do just scroll down and read a bit of this article, it's not just the games that Microsoft are increasing. They're actually significantly increasing the consoles and like controllers and stuff as well. As we can see here, the Xbox Series X, it's going from $300 to $380, an $80 increase for a console that is honestly horrible. Like, the hardware in that console is so old, and they're now increasing it. If you bought this at launch, you actually saved money, which is like crazy to say that 4, 5, 6, however many years it's been since the launch. They're also obviously doing that to the Xbox Series X. It's going from 430 to 550. And if you want a 2 terabyte edition, special edition, that is costing you $730. These are like 6-7-year-old consoles, and they're that expensive. Now, as far as the games again, because of course that's what connects to GTA 6, you know, the main thing I want to talk about in today's video. But just to reiterate, some new Xbox games are moving from $70 to $80 this holiday. Now, it does say some, so obviously not everything, but you know, that's going to be the big titles. One of the big reasons I think they are doing this is because they do want people to sign up for Game Pass, because it says right here, Game Pass will remain the same. The pricing will remain the same. I'm sure at some point in, you know, a couple of years that will go up, but they obviously want a lot of people to purchase Game Pass so you don't have to spend $80 for, you know, games every time they come out. Jumping to an IGN article, here's just a list of everything minus the games if you were curious as to what's getting changed. But speaking of the games, they actually gave us some speculation on what games would more than likely cost $80. Call of Duty, which is insane. Every year, a new Call of Duty costing $80. That's ridiculous. The next Fable game is probably going to be $80. A Perfect Dark reboot is $80. And some of these other games that I've never really heard of, but sure. State of Decay 3. All those games more than likely are going to be $80. And if you're wondering why this is happening, the primary reason is because of the same reason the Nintendo Switch had its price at $450, because of the tariffs and the current economic conditions in the world combined with inflation and all that. That's why prices are going up. So aren't we all just so tired of winning? Fantastic stuff here. But of course, that brings us to GTA 6. I've been saying for the longest that surely they just keep the game at $70. GTA 6 is going to be $70. You know, maybe there'll be a deluxe edition. Maybe there'll be some extra pre-order stuff or whatever. But the base game will be $70. That's what I've been thinking all along. But then Nintendo upped their prices to $80. Now Microsoft are upping their prices to $80. And again, Sony, they're going to do it as well. Sony, they're not a charity. They want money. And if they increase their games to $80, they will get more of it more than likely. So I'm sure in the next few months, we're going to see this same statement from Sony, especially now that all these other companies have done it. They can be like, oh, well, everyone else is doing it, so we'll just follow. So now, in my mind, I think it's almost a foregone conclusion that GTA 6 will be $80. I think out of every single game, GTA 6 is the one and only game, or one of the few games that will actually be worth $80. And some might even consider $80 a steal for a game like GTA 6, where you'll be playing it for 10 years. You'll get so many hours of entertainment out of it. And while all of that might be true, and probably is true, it's still crazy that a game is going to cost $80. I mean, it's only taken them, what, 5 years to go from 60 to 80? I'm sure in another year or two, we'll be going to 90 and then 100. And then, you know, where does it end? And I'm just going to call this right now just because it's Take-Two, it's Rockstar. Like, they make great games, but they are very greedy when it comes to money. They're going to price the online as a separate cost. That's my thought at the moment. Right now, GTA Online is a separate game that you can buy. You don't have to have access to the single player. You can see the single player here. If you want both that and online, it is $40. But if you want just the online, you can see it's only $20. And it's the same for RDR2 as well. So I think what we're going to end up seeing is GTA 6, the single player game, costing $80. And then they'll have a GTA 6 online that costs $20. So the total cost will be $100 if you want both. I hope I'm wrong, and I hope, you know, there is not an additional cost for the online, but just looking at everything in the gaming industry, everything Rockstar's done over the last couple of years, like, it just feels like that's something they would do. Especially now, if all these other companies are going to be greedy, like, what's stopping Rockstar? Because they know everyone's going to buy their game, like, no matter the cost. So that is where we're at when it comes to GTA 6. The only positive that I could think of that comes out of this is that maybe GTA 6 actually releases on PC at the same time. I know they've said they're not going to do that, but if game console prices are just going through the roof, like, are there even going to be people that just buy a console to play GTA 6 now? That's what happened with GTA 5, you know, back in the day. The consoles and games were way cheaper. Like, is someone really going to spend 700 something bucks for a PlayStation 5 Pro or whatever just to play GTA 6? And you're also going to have to obviously spend, you know, 100 bucks, whatever it is, for the online or PS5 online, whatever it's called now. Like, I just don't think there's a huge amount of people that are going to want to buy this game multiple times because they just don't want to spend the money. So maybe Rockstar sees that, maybe Take-Two sees that, and they see how big of a market PC is, and maybe they just decide, screw it, let's all release at the same time. That's my hope. Maybe that comes out of this. It's probably a very slim chance, but that is at least maybe the only silver lining to all of this I could see. But that is going to do it for today's GTA 6 video. What a crazy time we live in. The worst part, honestly, is that while GTA 6, like I said, it's probably justifiably an $80 game, if not higher, all these other games that are going to follow suit are just not going to be. Like Call of Duty, come on. $80 year in, year out for all the slop they do in that game. They remove stuff people like. They don't add stuff people want. It's the same game year in, year out. Like, that's just ridiculous to me that it's going to be $80 now. But that's where we're at. So let us know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. Please drop the video a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe for more GTA 6 content. And as always, I'll see you guys in the next one.